Isn't this a beautiful view? I mean, it's so nice. That's the great thing about living down here on the coast. All year long, you have beautiful views, good weather. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's mild. But one thing you have to contend with a lot of times are bugs, mosquitoes, gnats, things like that. What if you could enjoy this outside and not have to worry about any bugs or mosquitoes or anything like that? You can with A+ Patio. They have got some great things for you. Matter of fact, we're going to show you one of them today. Josh, how are you? Josh Williams.
Good to see you, Mr. Jim.
Good to see you too. You're manager with A+ Patio and Screen here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Yes, sir.
And this is one of the homes that you did in a place called Sanctuary.
Yes, sir.
In Ocean Springs. And boy, it really is sanctuary. But this is beautiful. Now, talk a little bit about A+ first, and and how long it's been in business.
Okay, so great question. Obviously, we got about 30 years worth of experience overall as far as in the aluminum business. We've done this for a long time. Best in the business at it, really. As far as A+ Patio and Screen is concerned, this company has been in business for about 13 years. Okay, we've been doing business down here on the Gulf Coast for as long, and like I say, we're probably the most popular aluminum company down here.
Well, I know I got to meet you first last year when y'all did a part with our letters to Santa. Thank you again for being so generous with that.
Well, we were blessed. We definitely wanted to share it, that's for sure.
Well, now you can work with different styles and designs. Right here, now I call this, referred to it as a Florida room, but it's not actually a Florida room because that would be more enclosed. Correct. Close in.
Yes, sir. This would be more considered a lanai or a pool enclosure, right? And the great part about the way we do things is we're a custom builder. So essentially we can come out, which that's something I personally do, is come out and look at each and every job, right? To make sure that we design this pool enclosure not only to meet the current wind loads in this area, because obviously hurricanes are a big deal.
Oh, yes.
Right? So not only to meet the current wind loads, because we're going to pull permits on the proper jobs and make sure that everything's built to meet those current wind loads and built to meet code. But we also custom design to fit certain elements that might be involved in your pool enclosure. So for example, you may have a rounded or a curved slab or a curved kidney bean style pool, right? We can actually wrap those walls around the curve. And in this particular situation, one of the things that we had to contend with when we got here, the pool was here, the slide was here, and one of the things we had to do was actually design this pool enclosure to where we didn't interrupt how they managed to get in and out of that slide. So I can definitely show you a couple of the custom aspects
let's
of
walk
that.
in here and just kind of look around.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's a beautiful place.
Yes, sir.
And beautiful pool, the whole enclosure and everything. And you can look at the structure and just see how well built this is. I mean, it's gonna...
Yes, sir. Well, that's the thing. We use site-specific engineering that we get out of South Florida, right? Now, one of the great things about Mississippi is the peer review state. So we bring in this engineering from South Florida, right, to meet this 160-mile-an-hour wind gust rating that we need down here. Then we get it reviewed by a local engineer to make sure that everything we build meets those current wind loads. So as long as we follow the engineering to a T, then that's what the wind load rating is on your cage, and that's what we do. You can notice that a few different things that we do a little different.
One thing I noticed, if I may interrupt real quick,
of course.
Standing outside, it was a little breezy.
Yes, sir.
You could feel that wind, a little breezy. Walking in here, no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's the thing too, is that this screen that we use on this outside wall, one of the things that we try to incorporate, like you were talking about with the bugs, is we do a 20/20 gnat screen on all the exterior walls and doors. The big deal there is, and what they're referring to, is you got 20 strands horizontally and 20 strands vertically in every square inch. It is literally called a no-seam screen.
Well, I mean, if I get up here and look at it,
yes, sir, it is in there. It might take you a while to count them all out.
Nothing is going to get through that.
It will keep every bug known to man out, except for possibly a sugar ant. But those get in your wall outlets. There's not a whole lot you can do there.
This is true.
Yes, sir. But it will keep all the gnats, no-seams, mosquitoes, flies, everything else off of you, so that, like you see here in this situation, you can come out here and really kind of enjoy your outdoor area.
Now, y'all don't do the patio furniture or anything like that. No, that was the owner.
No, sir. But we do a lot of the other design elements that you see in this pool enclosure, like the insulated roof system. So one of the great parts about this roof system we used here, this is a 3-inch insulated roof system. So imagine Yeti cooler versus aluminum can, right? This carries an R30 value.
Wow.
Yes, sir, which is very strong. I mean, it's equal or greater than the roof of their house right now. So it also carries a 300-pound live load. So I mean, you can get up there and throw a dance party if you need to. You can actually walk on that roof,
wow.
right? The fan beams that we have are actually incorporated into the panel, so you can see there's no conduit, no wires, nothing exposed. It all hides inside the actual panel itself. So you can mount lights, fans, everything else. Very sturdy.
Those posts are sturdy.
Yes, sir.
Those
very
are strong.
Very strong, yes, sir. Like I say, we designed these to meet those current wind loads, those 160-mile-an-hour wind load ratings. So I promise you, if this thing's gone, Mr. Kevin's got bigger problems. So that being said, it's, like I was saying about the slide, what we had to do here, obviously, if we continued this roof on, then we would have had an issue with people climbing the slide.
Sure.
You bump your head, right? So what we had to do is we had to custom design this pool enclosure to where we cut the roof off and stopped it here, and then actually tied a gable roof structure into a mansard style roof structure, which is a pretty complicated thing to do, but I'm pretty proud to say these guys did it very well and pulled it off very nicely. And of course, the rest of the design elements, like the patio furniture, was the brilliant design of the mother of the home. So
of course, the lady of the house is always going to have the final say on that.
So another great part about this too, you can see we do a custom 36-inch handrail. So that's
I noticed that. I was about to say that. I mean, that's I'm sure a big safety feature as well.
Yes, sir. And it also meets the codes, right? So codes in this area, whenever you're more than 30 inches off the ground, you are required to have a handrail system in place in order to prevent people or kids from going over the side. So what we were able to do here was actually incorporate that handrail, and the great part about the handrail system that we build, the screen actually rolls into the handrail. So that serves as the brake you need to prevent those screens from blowing out real easy. See, there's a lot of different things that you have to keep in mind. You don't want to make your bays too wide, because if you do, the screen blows out real easy.
Well, I just purchased a new home, and I'm going to need you to come out and give me an estimate on a Patio.
Patio, yes, sir. Built a few of those.
Have you really?
Yes, sir. We built
a few of those. You say
that
with pound the pressure of a 30-pound cat?
Seriously, I've seen a 30-pound cat jump on this screen. I have a pet screen that we use for the catios, and literally seen a 30-pound cat jump up there and just hang on it.
It ain't going nowhere.
They're not going anywhere. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, if somebody wants to find out information about this and get an estimate from you, what do they need to do?
All they need to do is call any of our, we have several different numbers that lead to our office, but if they'll call any of those, the main number, of course, being the 228-863-1068 number. When they call that number, they're going to get in touch with either me or the owner. And at that point, they just set up a good day and time, which that's something I do, set up a good day and time to come out and do an on-site consultation. Make sure we get them, I bring samples and everything, make sure we get the customer exactly what they want, because the thing is with us being a custom builder, we can pretty much make this thing as extravagant or as simple as you want it to be. It's just all about what you want to experience.
A+ patio and screen. You wanting to improve your living outside, give them a call.